this is like fun with other, running friends. So I'm like, I'm going to do it because I knew it would put me in a good mood.
You are my BRF.
What's happening, Eric?
There for your victory lap.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I just, how did that happen?
How did you do that?
And all of a sudden I go to zip it up and I'm like, why is the zipper in the front right now? 0 out of 10 on the recommendation scale.
I am literally crying from laughter and from so much love. Oh my God.
It's like I shot for your cornhole.
And he just smashed Arnie like that and said, "You stay out of this, Arnie." And I thought,
I don't run to stay sober. I get to run because I am.
And there she was, a halo over her head.
No, it's not very true. Okay. And he steps to the side and just gestures. Here's the tinkle pot. I don't need to tinkle.
What's up, everybody? And welcome to episode 218 of the On the Runs podcast. Rain, go away, but if this is what you need for a beautiful marathon Monday, have at it. Boston Weeks has kicked off strong, and we're about to drop some big news that we've been teasing for the past few weeks. We have an amazing guest today from one of the greatest states in the USA, but first, before we get to any of that, I must say hello to my kick-ass rock star of a co-host, the one who fixed the way you spell her name, 6-star Erica. What's up?
What an April Fool's joke, huh, you guys? The K is here to stay.
Cat Brown
Sorry.
even said the C is greater than the K. But this is fun. Happy Friday Eve to you. It is Friday for everyone listening. It is rainy, and we are recording off-site because we're getting this in during a lunch break, and we're proving to the world that you don't need a fancy podcast studio or any fancy gear or equipment to do a podcast. You just need to do it, right?
Yep, you can podcast in the car like yourself, in the office like me, or you can record at home like our good friend Tara Pterodactyl, who is also joining us today.
Yeah, I'm in my normal recording studio, aka
Hell
my
yes.
office, aka my kitchen table, aka lots of other things.
AKA.
Where's Jack and Arnold right now? Are they like, what's up with this midday recording?
They are snoozing on the couch. I told them that if they were quiet, I would take them for a WALK in a little bit, and I have to spell it.
There we go.
Oh, wait, you have to spell it because if you say the actual word,
they will
get
come
crazy.
Yep.
I know.
Jack can hear me when I eat my yogurt every morning. When he hears me scrape the bottom of it, he comes bolting in from because he gets to lick it. I'm like, how can you hear that? It's so insane.
Do they enjoy walking in the rain?
Oh yeah, they could care less what the weather is outside. They just want to go.
Do they go for puddles? Like, I took the boys on a little 1.5-mile hike yesterday around Livingston Park. I met up with a friend and his kids, and they're all just about the puddles.
So Arnold is terrified of water, but he's just a mess to begin with. Jack loves the water, so he goes right through it. So I got one of each.
I love it. I absolutely love that. We have a guest coming on in a few weeks. Anyone who watches NBC Sports Boston will know this guest. Her dogs, they did not make any visual appearances, but they made a couple appearances on the pod, making the noise, wagging the tails,
Squeaky
doing all the fun
toys.
things. Yeah, squeaky toys. That's right.
Pretty cute.
It was. So I actually asked Tara Pterodactyl to come on a whim last minute. I didn't even know if you'd make it when I entered the studio for two reasons. One, we'll talk about later. I want to talk and hear your thoughts on Tiger Woods, but also on Saturday, you and I will be recording live from the Cheap Marathon this year.
Yes, I'm so excited about this one. I was planning on going to cheer regardless, and then when you needed me because your rock star of a kick-ass of a rock star host is actually running.
Yes.
So I am the backup, and I am happy to be podcasting and not running.
Not only is she running, she's going for a PR. Let's put the pressure on now. Like, she's going all in. You've been training. You said on the last episode, like, yeah, you might run 26.2 marathons a year, but only 2 of them for time. And this is one of them for time.
Yep. This is the one I've been training for all winter long, all of the sucky, cold, miserable weather. And I have to say, you're like, rain, yes, get the rain out of the way now so it's good for Marathon Monday. But I think there's the tiniest little window where my race on Saturday is not going to rain. And I think it's going to be like 56 degrees. I don't think I could be any happier about race day. Like, as long as it stays that way, I'm knocking on all the wood.
So, if you don't PR, what's your excuse?
It wasn't my day. I don't know. I will be a little disappointed, but I'm trying to go for something big. And if it doesn't happen, it just, maybe I'm not there yet training wise. I mean, I'm gonna give it everything I got. I'm gonna literally I'm gonna go full send. So
awesome.
I don't know what more I can say. Yes, actually, right after we talk, I've got a call with Coach KJ, and she's gonna give me a good pacing plan to get me through and be smart about how I approach it. And I'm sure the last couple of miles will be just like, send it.
All right.
We'll see.
Well, you will not be making any content because I won't put pressure on you to make content when you're going for time and going for goals. But you will be coming to talk about it immediately after, as long as you're not like in an ambulance or passed out on the side.
Let's not talk about those things.
In fact,
we need to manifest positivity here. Okay.
We need to make sure we have all angles covered here. If you are in an ambulance, we're proving right now we can podcast from anywhere.
Oh God.
Sure. Just tape the phone to my hand and prop it up, and I'll talk to you on a stretcher. You got it. Whatever you want.
I'll go easy. I'll even just sit there and have the microphone, and I'll just hold the microphone for you.
Should I make you my emergency contact, and they'll just have you go in the
Eric
ambulance
won't answer.
with me?
He won't answer.
There you go.
He's like, I'm a little busy. She's fine.
A little busy podcast on the live stream. So the hope is, guys, that Tara and I will be there. We're going to show up around 9:00, and that is after the start. But we really want to be there for when everyone's finishing the half and the full. So it's going to be about 1,500 runners, and it is in a new spot this year. It starts in Wyndham, where it used to always start in Derry. It's going to be much better, a big parking lot. We're going to have an awesome presence. And anyone there running, come by, stop by, talk to us. We're also going to do the Tros. So, Erica, you have to finish because we need to do the Tros for next week. And you don't want to miss those Tros because next week's a big one. And I've sworn Erica to secrecy. So, but that's next week. We got the race on Saturday. I'm excited. I think our pod fam friend Wyatt's going to be there.
He is. I don't think he's actually staying with me, but he's not getting out of this one. This is his New Hampshire state, and he needs it to finish the 50 states in the calendar year again. So he's got to show up. He'll be here regardless.
I wonder if he's going to have a costume, because last week he ran the Vegas one in a friggin' Slinky dog costume with his friend.
Oh, no, that was last year. He did that one, but he was in a costume this year. He was in one of those it's like a camouflage bush. What do they call those?
I don't know. I feel like Tara's right. He posted the Slinky dog.
He posted it, but it was from last year.
I didn't realize that. That makes sense now, because I did see the camouflage one, and I was like, wait, did he wear two outfits? So
that shows how far behind Tara and I are now that we're in our 40s, and Erica's still in her 30s. She's with the times.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why. Yeah, sure.
Well, Saturday is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be there, hopefully, to get the live stream going on the YouTube. And then that episode will drop Thursday because the big one's on Tuesday. But today is a big one because we have some big news. We have an amazing guest. And I think, Erica, we need to drop our big news first. We've been teasing. We have big news coming. This is not the biggest of the news, but this is pretty big.
This is pretty big. As long as you're talking about what I think you're talking about, because I don't have any show notes in front of me. So I feel like I should let you break the news so I don't break something I'm not supposed to.
This year, for the 2026 130th running of the Boston Marathon, after 200 plus episodes and 4+ years of doing this podcast, we have media credentials for the Boston Marathon.
Woo, woo, wait, where's the soundboard?
Insert.
Oh my God.
This is pretty cool.
We are super pumped. We got to give a big shout out to a future guest who encouraged us to apply for these. And yeah, who knows what we're going to be able to do over the weekend besides what we're already going to be doing over the weekend. Wink, wink.
So the fun thing was Erica and I were filling out this application form at the same time because we had to fill it our own. And we're like, well, what do we put down? General access? Do you want access to this place, that place? There's all these options. You can pick as many as you want. And I was like, let's not, this is number one. Let's just go general access. And the person, I'm going to shout him out, Chris Lodgebaum from the Boston. He handles all Boston communications, media relations. He's like, no, you know what? We're also going to give you media access to the photo tower and to the hotel and this. I'm like, all right, cool. So this is cool. This is the first bit of big news we're dropping. The other bit of big news we're dropping next week. It is out there publicly. It has been published, but we'll talk about it next week. All I'll say is, if you plan on going to the Mile 27 post-race party at the Fan Fest, buy your tickets because we'll be there.
Subtle.
Cue the soundboard again.
I know, right? It was pretty cool. You had sent us a picture that I guess somebody sent you, but yeah, it's in writing. Like it is on the website. So it's happening.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little titious or stitious.
I'm a little bit stitious.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious, I guess. And I don't like telling the world until I see it in writing. And so I think we'll drop that next week. But we have some smart people here. They might figure it out. And I encourage you to, because I'm excited. And I encourage you to go get your Fan Fest tickets, which, by the way, the Fan Fest is free on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's only $5 on Monday. So that's not a lot. It's not like trying to go to Bruins games these days. It's $1,000 to take the whole family.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ, Boston Bruins. Cam Neely, do something about those ticket prices. But we do have an amazing guest today. Erica, you do know who this is. Why don't you announce our guest?
I do. We have one of my wonderful friends and a friend of the pod, actually, our good friend Jared. So we have Jordan Whitaker on the pod today, and she shares with us her whole Boston journey, and she's actually doing some fundraising for the team that I fundraised for when I ran Boston back in 2018. So she is a member of Team Eye and Ear, but for much better reasons than myself.
Yeah, this one hits home for her, so it was incredible. We need to shout out and thank My Race Tats for bringing us our incredible
As
guest
always.
segment for Boston Weeks. Guys, did you see those My Race Tat Boston tattoos? I hope you already
strong.
ordered them because they sold out. He already sold out, and he did put an order in for more. I don't think he was expecting to sell that many that he sold, so they came out incredible. The cool thing about these tats are that we all had a say. We all got to vote. If you follow My Race Tats on Instagram, he put all these different designs, and we all got to pick and vote for two of them. So the two designs he had are the winners, and he's doing the same thing for Chicago and New York. So go follow My Race Tats so you can vote for the designs of the race-themed tattoos. There's even Disney ones for you Disney runners. So it's pretty cool. Thank you to Dawn and My Race Tats. And guys, enjoy Jordan Whitaker on the On the Runs podcast, and we'll see you on the other side. Our next guest on the pod has been someone we've talked about so many times. I can't believe it took us this long to have her on for her own episode. She was the first person to greet me and give me a hug after the Manchester Marathon. She's a fellow Penguin, and she's the one who guided Jared through the Boston Marathon. And this year, she's running for a team that holds a very close place to her heart. And I can't wait to have her on and hear her whole story. Jordan Whitaker, welcome to the On the Runs podcast. What's up?
Hi, guys.
So good to see you, Jordan. How have you been recovering since I last saw you, which I believe was probably hamster wheel? You were not having a good time after that, but I hope it went well.
I was really nauseous and really cold after hamster wheel.
That was a rough one. That was.
It was cold. It was windy. It was my first ultra.
You kicked ass, though.
Thanks. I didn't actually take much time off at all. I kind of just jumped straight into Boston training and didn't cut miles down very much. Probably not the best advice. Not the best advice, but that's what I did.
I realize now I messed up my intro already. Ultra runner. I didn't even know that. Ultra runner, Jordan Whitaker on the podcast. Oh, man, I'm excited to have you on. I mentioned in the intro, you were the first person to greet me at the Manchester Marathon. And I remember that day very well because I thought logistically it was the right marathon for me. It's 5 minutes down the street from my house. But instead, I'm driving 40 minutes to drop the kids off at my parents', driving 40 minutes back. I'm getting there in hot during the national anthem. And as I finally just like run into the line, you like tap me on the shoulder and you say hi. And it's the first time we met.
It
I
was.
run the marathon and you're right there at the finish line waiting for me to greet me.
I was waiting for a couple of friends, but yeah, I ran the half that day.
I don't know what it was, but there was something in that moment when I walked up to you. I just got my medal and I'm like out of breath and I'm just like, I gave you a big hug, but I think I was more so asking you to hold me.
The comfort of friends.
Yeah, brand new friend. That was awesome. That was so much fun. But yeah, we've been talking about you for years on the pod, I feel. Jared is one who kind of broke the ice and told us who you were. And then Erica goes, you're a penguin.
I am. I've run Reach the Beach with the Penguins.
We're so happy to have you. I think at that point I had transitioned to the ultra team, so we were a couple penguins short on the regular team, and you stepped right up. We got you. And
I got convinced.
You kick ass. So
I got convinced in August to run that year, but I did.
Okay, so lots of time like you usually have to prep. That's great.
Yep.
Now we must have a lot of like mutual connections because who got you on the Penguins?
Danielle, she is the school resource officer at my kids' school. And so she reached out and asked if I would join. And I was like, all right.
It was like pulling teeth for you?
I guess I can run Reach the Beach again.
Oh, so you'd done it before and you were like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. But
she
kind of got you in on it?
Yeah. So I ran, before I had kids, I ran on a really fast team before it was fully transitioned to Ragnar. It was a Reebok Ragnar still.
Okay.
And we ran it in like 23 hours.
Is that fast?
Yeah, dude. Think about it. Do the math. 200 miles in 23 hours. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
it was 200 miles.
Yeah,
I think it's over.
It's like 210 or something.
Yeah, I
something
knew it was
around there.
A little over. They say ish for a reason, but.
And so I ran on that team, and then the following year I ran on a 5-person ultra.
Oh, a 5-person. Oh, girl.
Yeah, it was not. It was hard.
I can see why your
and then
perception of it would not be as great.
I got pulled onto it like somebody randomly asked me that I knew, Savannah Moon, and I ran on a team with them. But a lot of people had said they were faster than they were, and it took us like a very long time to finish. And after that, I was like, I might never run Reach the Beach again.
Until now.
And then I went back again.
How did the Penguins treat you? And
it was good.
Did you only do it the 1 year, or you've been going every year now, haven't you?
I did not run it last year because I was doing hamster wheel, and I decided that was too much, too close together, and I was not going to do it.
Smart move. No judgment.
I didn't know what my first ultra was going to look like, how it was going to go. I decided Reach the Beach wasn't it.
There you go.
I just want to come in here and tell you I Googled it. A 210-mile race in 23 hours flat is 6 minutes, 34 seconds per mile.
So I was the slowest runner on our team, and my long run was like 7:55 in the middle of the night.
Girl.
Wow. Did you guys win?
We came in first place in our division. We were the second team to cross the finish line. There was an ultra team of men that beat us.
That's unreal.
I think I remember this.
Nice work.
I remember like this men's team making a video about it, and it was like a super fast video, and it's like the best time ever for a Reach the Beach.
That was before they had like checkpoints, so we didn't ever get held back. So I can remember you could just go, and I remember coming through an intersection. I was in van 2, the second to last runner, and I remember coming through an intersection in Hampton, and the police weren't there yet. We finished the race, and the beer garden wasn't open.
What?
Like
they weren't allowed.
They weren't allowed to serve us. They literally told us they couldn't serve us until I don't know what time it was, and we were like, "Are you kidding?"
So it doesn't
you
pay
did it
to
wrong.
be that fast.
You should have slowed down.
Apparently, we should have gone slower that year. Yes.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
But like
It's
I
all
said,
right.
I was going to say, once a penguin, always a penguin. So
Yes.
if you decide to do it again, awesome. But if that was your year, then still a penguin.
We'll see what happens because I have Marine Corps this fall.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we'll see. Reach the Beach is more doable on a marathon, I feel like, than with an ultra. An ultra was a lot.
You've done all the more mileage. You know you can handle the marathon.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I felt.
Tested all the waters, it seems.
She has.
A little bit of everything, yes.
Yeah. I have yet to dabble in that ultra scene, but
I'm working on it.
I have a thought process to when I will.
So Jared was the push to get me to run an ultra. And I think it might have been one and done. I think that might
Could
be
have been
it.
a bad experience. Like maybe you just got to do the right one. Not that hamster wheel's the wrong one, but it's the elements. That was a wicked cold weekend, right?
It was cold, it was
was.
windy, and I'm going to be honest, I don't ever look at courses before I run them. And so, like, I had no idea it's out and back and out and back and out and back, and then, like, a tiny little loop. I just
Gets
knew
boring.
I was going to do 12 hours. And there
Well,
was
you know what?
something dead on the side of the trail last year. And it smelled terrible.
Are you sure you weren't hallucinating?
Positive.
I can
Okay.
vouch for that because
It
I did a
was
few
so
laps as like a pacer,
bad.
and people are like, "Oh, hold your nose," and I'm like, "Why?" And then you're like, "Oh, this is why."
Yeah.
And it was only like just a tiny little chunk, and then you're past it, but then you have to come
Yeah, but
right back
over
through
and over and over again.
Yeah.
Not
You know what
bad.
they say about looped courses? Like hamster wheel's a looped course, anchor down's a looped course. You know what they say about looped courses?
What?
They're pointless.
Shut up. That was good, actually. I really like that.
It's true.
But all right, Jordan, let's get to know you. Like, I feel like we've been following you vicariously through Instagram, seeing you at events like this, like Reach the Beach, the marathon, hamster wheel last year. We've heard a lot about you from Jared, but we don't really know much about you. Tell us a little bit about who Jordan is.
I'm a teacher, a gym teacher in Hopkinton. I have 2 young kids. They're 6 and 8, almost 7 and 9. I like to go to country music concerts. I prefer summer when it's warm. I don't really like the cold. I live on the treadmill in the winter.
You and I.
Where are you from originally? Are you a New Hampshire girl?
I am. I've lived in New Hampshire my whole life, but I hate the cold. I hate it.
Erica's the same way, and
Two peas in a
she-
pod.
you know,
Telling you.
the opportunity has come up recently, and I'm like, you could just move. You can go anywhere, but she won't leave New Hampshire.
Why?
Why won't the two of you leave if you don't like it? The
It's
cold, I'm talking about.
It's trading weather for friends, and how can you do that? Like friends, family are here. I mean, I do have some family in the South, but I mean, my support system's here, and even though I hate it, I love it. It's hard to explain.
I like the people.
gotta-
I don't like the weather.
Exactly.
If everyone would go with me, it would be fine.
That's a different story.
Erica, take them with you. I'm on the side of I love the summer and I love the winter. Fall is nice and spring is nice, but there's that period in between that sucks.
Like right
it's
now?
like fall. No, yeah, like right now. Winter's over, but it's not really warm yet. We get a couple nice days. The end of fall is the worst, really, to be honest. The end of fall. Fall's over, the leaves are dead, but winter's not here yet. There's no snow, there's no skiing. It's just miserable.
Yeah. My kids started snowboarding this year, so I went back to snowboarding, and it wasn't as bad of a winter, but it's still cold and like, no, thank you.
I love it.
You can't get me outside in that. Nope.
It's not about us. It's not about me. It's about you. So you grew up here. Like, what did you do? You play sports? Were you a runner then? Were you an ice hockey player because you're a big winter person?
Absolutely no ice hockey. I played soccer up through my freshman year of college. I played
way.
basketball of high school. I cheated on track. We never really practiced.
How do you
We used to-
cheat?
Well, because you see, we parked our car, and at my high school, it was like all of the schools in a row. And so we parked our car at the elementary school. And then we would run down the road to our car, and we would go to like Dunkin' or McDonald's or any place a high school kid would go. And then have all the snacks, and then we'd come back to the car, and it was uphill. And so we'd sprint up the hill, and then it looked like we'd been on a long run.
Oh my God.
This is like a life hack.
We would make Dunkin' Donuts or Wendy's runs in the middle of like not a class, but like a study period. Like I enjoyed the practice part, but that's
Oh no.
funny.
And then you'd have to go around like the 2 mile, and you'd be like, and it was
Full of
terrible
Dunkins
out of
and
me.
nuggets.
It's like you've been practicing so hard. Why isn't it showing in the game?
Yeah, it
What
was bad.
school was this?
I went to Hillsborough Deering High School.
Okay.
So I went to
all
a
right.
little school.
My schools were similar set up. The middle and high school next to each other, and all those fields and parking and everything was right there in the middle alongside it. And I do know like a lot of kids did similar things. Like some of the distance runners would, the slow ones, they would run a little bit and then stop and then run back when the rest of us come back and act like, yeah, that was a great 5-mile run.
It was a great idea back then.
Yeah, it
So
was
no, I
fun.
did not run.
Back
Look
then
at you
without
now.
phones, no
You wouldn't get
YouTube,
caught.
no internet.
That's the difference. You can't.
Yeah.
You didn't get caught. Now it'd be all
They-
over the
they
place.
couldn't do it.
You
They
couldn't get away with it.
Yeah.
No, absolutely
Those are
not.
the good old days. We
Yeah.
we really grew up in like the
We got
prime
away
era.
with so much shit.
We did.
I told
There's
my
no
kid that the other
cameras to
day.
see it.
McKenna was like, Mom, when I'm older, I'm like, you can't. I did everything and got away with it. You will not get away with anything.
Nice try, kid. So you did a little running in high school, and then you said you played just 1 year in college of soccer. Where'd you go to school?
I spent my first semester
Mhm.
at UMaine Farmington, and I played soccer there.
Okay.
That was not a place for me. I
Did you
didn't
wind
do
up
well.
transferring or just?
I
no more-
did. I transferred out.
Okay.
And I spent the next 4 years at Keene State.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thought you
Yeah.
would have gone south maybe if you hated the cold. You went north to Maine.
So it's a funny story. I didn't really know where I wanted to go, and I accepted at Bridgewater State in Mass. And then I went to orientation. I was like, that's too big. No, thank you. UMaine had a full ride open for me until the day soccer started.
Up in Orono.
Farmington.
Oh.
And so I went and I played soccer for a semester and hated it.
Oh.
Transferred back to Keene.
So Keene was more your style.
Keene
the
was
vibe
fun.
You liked. Good.
Yep, I
Did
had a
you
good
do
time
any
in
sports
Keene.
while you were there?
I did not. I didn't do well academically when I played soccer. I did a lot of partying. So
College.
I mean, that was the thing to do.
It was a
That's what
great time.
Erica and I did.
I had a great time. I just
No
didn't go to
shame.
class. I was the only freshman on the team.
Oh.
So my parents were like, we're not helping pay for college if you think you're playing soccer in Keene. And I was like, fair. Okay. We're not playing soccer anymore.
I mean, you know what? That's fine because I think then you get to experience college in a different way. You're not an athlete, have to be at practice, have to do well, worried about soccer.
There's a lot of pressure with the collegiate athletes,
Right.
especially like if it's a good school. Like if I feel like Plymouth was never that great. Not that I could even play there, but like I don't know. Like we weren't D1 or anything. So
Erica rode the
but
pine on the soccer team in high school, so
I did. I was the best bench warmer there was.
I was a good basketball bench warmer.
there you go.
Perfect.
But in college, you're allowed to like do you can do clubs. You can join a soccer club and play just pickup soccer. I did boxing club, believe it or not. Erica and I met in a club called Monday Night Fun Club. Like you get to do those things and there's no pressure. You know what I mean? You need a break from studying from school. You go do this club and you have some fun.
It was definitely more fun at Keene State. There was a lot less pressure. I wasn't like mandatory lifting and practice. It was a lot more low key. Like you can go, you can have fun. If you don't win, it's fine. Nothing happens.
Love that.
Yeah. But then when you do win the intramural championship, which
Then
we
you
won
celebrate
1 year,
real hard.
we celebrated hard, man. We won in floor hockey, and we beat guys on the hockey team. They're all fifth-year seniors, so they were no longer eligible to play in the NCAA, but they had to finish school. We beat them.
Perfect.
It was awesome. Says a lot for the Plymouth State hockey team back then.
Maybe not so much.
Our sports were not top notch.
Keene
all
State,
right.
though. So did you like Keene State? Because I actually chose between Keene and Plymouth, and I wanted the mountains. Again, we know I love the mountains. I love the winter. What brought you to Keene?
It was not super far from home. It was like 45 minutes from home. They have a good education program. And I had a couple friends that were there from high school.
Awesome.
And they had really good parties.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
It's perfect.
We had a great time.
Not as good as Plymouth State, though. Right, Erica? Would Playboy rate us?
We're number one. We were number one.
Perfect.
In 1989? What
That was
year
a long time ago.
94.
94. Okay.
Yeah.
Knew it was way back then. So enough about partying, even though it was so fun. I miss my college days. I was actually just looking through a bunch of pictures this past weekend, and I'm like, oh man, these were the days. The digital camera pictures that like live on some external flash drive somewhere, but I digress. But we want to find out what really sparked your love for running, and especially now because you're out there doing the damn thing all the time, Miss Ultra Runner. So what kept it going?
My first marathon was 2015, and I had gone through a not great breakup. And in that breakup, he said something about how I would never run a marathon. And that day I signed up to run Vermont City.
I love those kind of stories where you're like, I'm going to show you.
What else would you do?
You don't know me.
What else would you do except sign up to run the marathon?
Of course. It's a challenge.
I ran it. And then I signed up to run 2016 because I didn't love how well I ran. And that year was like 100 degrees at Vermont City. And they called it. And I was at mile 19. And I cried.
No, you didn't
cried.
Finish.
Nope, they pulled everybody off course with a black flag. And I cried.
I believe that.
From there, that's
Did you have
the year...
like in your head what you were going to say or what you're going to post? Like,
well,
you know
no,
what I mean?
I didn't. I never said anything to him. That comes later. I never said anything to him about it. I just did it. Whatever. He is now a and there are people in the running community that are also been pictures like at finish lines like left in the break room that have disappeared after a day or two.
Oh.
Yes.
So it is out there. It is known. I didn't have to say anything.
But that's incredible. Okay, so but what sucks is what happened at the race. So how do you continue on past that? Like, were you like, I gotta finish this?
I then reached the beach for the first time. I got pulled onto that team, that really fast Reach the Beach team where we ran in 23 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Through people that I work with. I was coaching high school girls soccer at the time in Hopkinton, and one of the moms was supposed to be on the team, and she's like, I just found out like a week before that I'm going to be away at a work meeting. My husband's going to kill me. I need you to fill in. You don't have to pay for it. You just have to show up and run.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, great, I can do that. Then I had McKenna, and then I had Lucas, and I took time off in between, and then it was COVID. And I had a friend try and convince me to run a half, and I was like, yeah, I'll run a half. Oh, and in there I'd run a couple torch runs from Concord to UNH with the Hopkinton Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, yeah, whatever. I signed up to run the cheap half. I got put on the wait list, and I was like, great, I'm not going to have to run. I didn't train. I did nothing. And then like 2 weeks before,
you're in.
I got pulled off the wait list.
So wait, you hadn't been training much at all for this?
I'd been like running like short, like 3, 4, nothing. I went out and ran 1 9-mile run, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
All right. Hold on though, real quick. I want to back up.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the boyfriend who said you'll never run a marathon. What sparked him to say that? Like, were you trying at the time?
I had run a half, and I did not do well. And I had said I always wanted to run a marathon, specifically Boston. And so he knew that like that would make me upset. And I was like, fine, I will run a marathon.
Okay.
The next one
so
I can
you
sign
were
up
running,
for.
And it was a dream of yours, and he
was trying to crush it, and I was like, no, you can't tell me I'm not going to. Now I have to right now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever looked back at that? And if he never said that, like, do you think your path would have changed?
I don't think I would have gone into marathons as quickly as I did, because I'd only ever run 1 half before I jumped to a full.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I would have tried a marathon, but I don't know when it would have been.
Gotcha.
And I don't think that I would have run as many now or run an ultra had that not happened.
Are you happy with the way that
and put that in the
Are you happy with the way that things have transitioned since then? Like, are you?
Yes.
You like your path?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, a marathon is definitely one of my favorite. That and a half.
I love that because we never knew that. So that's one of those cool stories within the journey, as I always say. Everyone has a journey, but there's a story within it, and I found it. That's a good one.
Yep.
So you never trained. Back to the cheap marathon. How did that go? Like half marathon? No
I
training.
ran the half in a 2:04, 2:05. And I beat my friend that convinced me to run it by like 2 minutes. And then she was like, are you serious? I was like, I don't know.
So the talent's coming through. Like, you're like, all right, COVID's happening. I can train. Like now that I know I can do this. Maybe.
And so then Crystal Buckley had always helped me with my run coaching. And so then I was like,
Oh, we love
all right,
Crystal.
let's try another full. I want to go back to a full. I had
Mhm.
I had run like a 5-hour full. It's the only one I'd finished. And I was like, Crystal, I want to run under a 4:30. And she was like, all right. And so I signed up and I ran Hartford, Connecticut. I went to Hartford on a Friday night all by myself. I knew nobody down there. I stayed in a hotel and I went and I ran Hartford. And I ran it in, I don't remember, it was under a 4:30.
Great. So you're like, all right, I got this.
I was like, okay. And that's
now we're
when
talking.
I signed up to run I got on a charity team for my first Boston.
Oh, that's so exciting. So it's been your dream since at least 2015, right?
Yep.
And you're finally like, all right, now my dream can start to be realized. So which charity team did you work with the first time around?
The first time I ran for Gronk Nation Youth Foundation.
Oh, awesome.
So I ran for Rob Gronkowski's charity.
Very cool. Did you get to meet him?
Did you get to meet Gronk?
We did.
Ah, so jealous.
Yes. More than once now. And I love Gronk. We did a workout with him at at Tom Brady's gym. We did a workout with Gronk, and then he signed jerseys for all of us, and then we got to have an after party with the marathon with him. And then this past August, when he opened his playground in Boston, we all got a personal invitation to go down to the grand opening because we'd all fundraised for that playground. So the kids and I got to go, and he like raced them across the playground and was like playing with them. Yeah,
so
it was really cool. It was fun.
Are your kids Pats fans? Like, did they realize how cool of a moment that was?
I don't think they did.
Probably cooler
until
for you
after
than it was for them. Okay.
Yeah. They like get it now a little bit, but they were like, why are we going here?
Can I just say the Gronk Nation singlet is
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing. So
that was my first Boston.
Yeah. This is that
Yep.
year?
That was that first Boston. Yep.
It looks like an amazing day. Oh, there's the man,
There's
Jared.
That's my second Boston.
Okay.
And his first.
So we're getting a little ahead with second, but back to the Gronk Nation. That looked like a beautiful day. I love first marathon stories, but I actually, since this is Boston week, I want to hear your first Boston Marathon story.
All right. So I got in contact with Susan Hurley, who's since passed, but she ran charity teams. And I had a phone interview with her, and she offered me a Boston bib to run for Gronk Nation. So I accepted it.
So was she like deciding who you should run for? Like
you had to apply to the charities.
Okay.
And so then she would do a phone interview with you if she thought it was going to be a good fit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you still have to apply to all of the charities.
Gotcha.
And so I accepted the Gronk Nation bib, having no idea how I was going to fundraise.
Like, what was your
fundraising goal?
goal?
You had to fundraise, like, what was the number?
Was it a lot?
8,000.
Okay.
Yep, still a staggering number.
Still really
especially like when your first time fundraising. You're like, oh,
and I was
boy.
like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to run Boston. And I can't even tell you what I did for fundraisers. But I ended up making the amount and going to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
That day was a perfect day. It was like 55 and sunny with a light breeze.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
I don't think you
What
could
year?
get a more perfect Boston.
2022?
Was that the October race?
No, that was the next spring. So October happened. I think that was 21. And then 22 was like
The first
7 months
spring
later.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't even accept charity bibs until after the fall race had happened. They couldn't even open charity applications. So it was an even shorter window to fundraise.
Oh, no.
I didn't find out till like November, December that I was going to be going to Boston.
But you did it. Okay.
I did.
Ooh.
And it was like perfect weather. I ran the fastest marathon I'd ever run at that point. It was a 4:16
Beautiful.
in Boston. And I was so happy to be down there. It was so much fun.
So at that point, if you're running Boston, and what did you train for? Like, were you going just for another sub 4:30 or like, all right, so you knew you wanted to do a little bit better.
Yeah, but I didn't. I had no time idea whatsoever. In that training plan, I'd gone and I'd run Clearwater half marathon, and I'd run a 1:47 147 or 148 there and came in
That's incredible.
4th female. And so I was like riding this wave of like, yes, I just ran my fastest marathon. Now my fastest half. I was like, all right, maybe I can do this in Boston.
Oh my gosh. And I just know like Boston's course can be a little bit intimidating if you've never run it before because you just hear about the hills and you're like, oh God.
You just go in blind. That's what I did. Nope.
Okay.
I'd never looked. I'd heard about the hills. I just never looked.
That seems on brand for you, right?
I
You're
just
like, nope,
never
just
looked
gonna
and
go
I was
run
like,
in it.
we're just going to see what happens. I had heard of Heartbreak Hill, but I had no idea what that logistically looked like and how hard it was at that point in a race.
So at this point, if you're running like a 147 half, like that will translate to the marathon, but how did the crowds help you get through this? Like it must have been the perfect spectating day. If it was a perfect running day, it must have been great for spectating.
It was great. I remember turning off my headphones for a lot of that first Boston and not running with music. And I had always run with music, but there was just so many people out on the Boston course when it's a nice day and they're so loud the whole way. I ran Hartford and there's an out and back that's like 5 miles of no people in cow pasture. So coming into Boston where there's people everywhere, I was like, this is great. The crowds definitely help in a big marathon.
Are you one who typically runs with music? Yeah.
Yeah, there have been marathons I've been forced to run without it. But
Which
yes.
Wait, Revel?
Revel. And my second Boston, I was walking to the start corral with Jared and my headphones wouldn't turn on.
Oh, no.
And I got really mad. And threw them and left them on the side of the street in Hopkinton.
I was thinking like the worst though, like somebody was like, hey, you can't use those. But like literally we're just having a malfunction.
Revel, they stopped working in the rain.
Oh God. Okay. So I can see, yes, that's why rainy runs are not your jam either.
No, I'm done with it.
That second Boston, that was the Boston when Jared, forgot his watch?
That was the third Boston.
Okay. I'm really jumping around.
No, the second Boston is shortly after I'd met Jared, actually.
Okay. Let's hear this story. I know it's not a love story, but it's a friendship story.
Friend love story.
It is. So I had gotten into my first Boston, and a kid that I went to high school with was in the Army with Jared. Oh. And this kid, Slade, knew that I had run Boston. And then him and Jared were friends. They must have been talking about Jared wanting to run Boston. And he was like, listen, I know one girl that's run. This is her. And he gave him my Instagram. So Jared messaged me on Instagram, no idea who this guy is, and explained Slade and talked for a while. And I told him how I had gotten into Boston through charity teams. Mm-hmm. And a few days later, there was a post about how there was a bib open, a last minute bib open in February. Mm-hmm. And so I told him and he got it.
Oh my God. So what team was it for? And he had to do the whole fundraising thing, right?
He did. I'm pretty sure he paid a lot of it though that year.
That's how they get you. If you don't do it, they put you on the hook and your credit card sway.
Military, something military was his team that he ran for.
Okay.
But it was through charity teams. And that year I was running for Team Ioneer.
Gotcha.
So I wasn't even running with charity teams, but we found a bib. He was still living in New Hampshire at the time. So then he donated. Then we ended up doing a few runs together. He had driven to Hillsborough and we'd run together a few times. Mm-hmm. And then we ran Eastern States 20 miler together. And that was windy and cold.
Uh-huh. That's very on brand for that race.
Uh-huh. And I was like, this is awful. But we ran all but 1 mile of that together. And then we ran a couple more times before Boston. And then we ended up running all but the last 3 miles of that Boston Marathon together. And I was glad because that's the year my headphones wouldn't turn on.
You need a friend. Sometimes the crowds don't carry the whole way.
We talked the whole 23 miles that we ran together.
That's so fun. Oh, Jared.
So you built this relationship, and Jared, we all know his story.
Yes.
But he's considered a disabled athlete. And so disabled athletes get guides. One year he
They
decided to
do.
return the favor. And he
The
asked you to be his
following
guide.
year, he asked me to be his guide in Boston. And so I obviously said yes, going back to, like, nobody's going to say no, going back to Boston, not fundraising, not paying, just going to Boston. So the following year, even though he is much faster than I am now, we went back and we ran Boston together again.
That's so exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was so cool.
Jared's just taken off.
That was
Real
the year we
fast.
met Jared.
Yeah.
We had him on the pod, and he told us that story. And we thought that was so cool that, in a way, he returned the favor.
He did. And he's bringing our friend Slade to run Boston with him this year.
No way.
So
cool.
Slade is not a runner, and we kind of had made these jokes. Slade's in the military and always been at the start line when we go through Athletes Village and walked us to the start line. And we had made all of these jokes about Slade not being a runner. And one night Jared brought it up in front of people, and so Slade said yes, like trying to like play it off.
Oh, it's
and
out
then
in the universe now.
Jared can't let it go. And so I think Slade's supposed to be coming to run Boston this year.
That's so cool. We'll
I
have
hope
to
he
hear how
has
that
fun.
goes.
We'll see how it goes.
And
I know
Slade's a New Hampshire guy, right?
he is. He grew up in the same hometown as I did in Hillsborough.
That's so cool. All the dots connecting and how close they are and everything. That's amazing. So,
Yeah, and Jared's from Ohio, so like that's
Right.
the one that's kind of out there.
right. I love
He
how
can
Jared,
come
though,
back.
when
Let's come back.
He
Yeah.
could come back.
We'd love you to.
He
be in
could
the
move
area
back.
again.
We'd let
Well,
him.
I love how Jared came here to begin with. He's like needed a change. So what? All the places in the world, go to New Hampshire.
He knew Slade, and Slade was like, "Come to New Hampshire."
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow, that's awesome. We'll have to talk to Slade. Let's get him on after the marathon and hear how it went, because I'm wondering if
He's not a runner. I mean,
it'd be a great
It'll
story.
make great, great stories for sure.
yeah, to see how his first marathon was, and it was Boston. Like,
Well, I hope he listens to this, and I hope that he knows that we will be cheering at mile 19.2, because if he needs anything like a piece of candy or like a soda, like we'll help
Beer,
him out. Get him
shots.
Get
no,
him to the
we don't. We
finish
don't do
line.
shots in the middle of runs. Ask Erica. Oh, she
Fireball,
No.
bad idea.
she
Hamster
had
wheel.
fireball at hamster wheel, and I'm like, I don't know, not very far in, and they're trying to get me to take shots of fireball. I was like, guys, I'm gonna throw up. I have so many hours left to
Fireball
run.
does not sound appealing at all to me, by the way. Hot cinnamon type.
When you're
Okay.
close, it's not that bad.
Okay, but like we're talking, I started at 9. They're offering this at like 10:30 in the morning, and I'm signed up to run a 12-hour race. I was like, guys.
In my
I think-
defense, I wasn't running that day, and I had nothing else to do except cheer and have a couple shots along the way. So
Yeah.
here I am, peer pressuring everybody else. Like,
I
"Come
did
on,
take
guys."
the very last one they had, but I didn't drink it. It was just sitting in my pocket for a while.
That is fine with me. You don't have to tell me. It's just for fun, and
I took it.
We don't pressure anybody, anyways.
I was like, all right, I'll take it, but I'm not taking the shot right now.
Just sounds so
Sounds
gross to
fun.
me. Fireball. Like
not that
Pink
bad.
Whitney sounds good to me. In the
No,
middle of a race.
that's
A Pink
vodka.
Whitney. It's pink lemonade flavored vodka.
If I was okay, so in a marathon, I probably might have taken the fireball. I didn't know what I was getting into with an
What is
ultra,
it
and
that
I was like,
everyone loves about Fireball? I don't get
it's
it.
not bad.
I didn't make the rules. It
I
just
don't
is that way. It
don't
is what
get
it is.
You know what?
Blame the Yetis. It's all the Yetis' fault.
I know what it is. It's because of this.
Fireball.
That doesn't hurt. There's actually a video of me, or no, like some of my pictures from one of my ultras last year. Like somebody played it, where like they're running around like, get the fireball. I had just finished, and I'm just like, who wants to do what now? Somebody hands me one, and I'm like, all right, game on. Like,
Had it
just do
been had it been the end of my race, I might have. But the start of an ultra, I was like,
different story,
I don't even
yeah.
know what I'm doing here, guys.
Yeah.
It's a lawless place.
All right. So one thing I want to touch on here is the rest of your story. And if people who have listened to this podcast since day one, about 4 years ago, they know I give Erica such a hard time when we talk about her one and only Boston Marathon running for Team Eye and Ear. Because I
did.
feel like it's easier to fundraise if you have a purpose behind that charity. And Erica did exactly that last year for Chicago, and she raised her fundraising goal in one day because of the connection.
I had a very
she
low
had.
one. I didn't run Boston.
But still,
Chicago
you
is
made it-
much lower.
You still made it in one day. Now,
having the connection helps so much to just bring awareness to the cause and to get people to, like, they're more likely to donate if you're very passionate about what you're doing.
Mhm.
So in 2018, my Boston, I fundraised for Team Ioneer, and I did not have the connection, but I'd love to hear about the connection that you have to Team Ioneer.
So Team Ioneer, I got connected with them because my daughter, when she was little, had a cyst that kept reoccurring in her ear canal.
Oh.
And they knew I was a runner. Oh, let's go back. She had a cyst in her ear canal, and no one in New Hampshire was willing to touch it because she was so little. And when it would get inflamed, you couldn't even see in her ear.
Oh, no.
So we finally got a referral after a year and a half to Mass Ioneer.
Mm-hmm.
We went down to Mass Ioneer. It wasn't inflamed at the time. They did like a routine checkup, and he was like, does she snore? And I was like, yeah, like an overgrown, like, male, like, truck driver. It's
Oh my
awful.
gosh.
She's
hey,
4.
women snore too.
But a 4-year-old?
It was so loud. And so he was like, okay, so I believe you about the cyst. It's not inflamed right now, so we want to do an MRI of her head. She's 4.
Oh, that must have been scary.
We want to do a pediatric sleep study. So So we did the MRI of her head. She had to be fully sedated and put out in Boston. And they found that it sat on her facial nerve. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So then we did the sleep study, which a pediatric sleep study is awful. They connect everything all over their head. Then the breathing pieces, they didn't listen when I said she doesn't breathe through her nose. So then they had to wake her up. And they expect this little kid to sleep. Her sleep study came back that her breathing was disturbed 30 times an hour.
Whoa.
Because her sleep apnea was so bad. The study came back on a Monday, and they scheduled surgery for Friday.
Oh, wow.
So she had her tonsils and her adenoids removed in Boston, as well as in one surgery, the cyst in her ear that touched her facial nerve. We went in knowing that there was a possibility that they wouldn't get the entire cyst, or they could hit her facial nerve and she would lose all movement and feeling in that side of her face at 4.
Oh, that's so scary.
It was. And that was while I was training for my first Boston. So I was there running on a treadmill at Mass Ioneer while she was in surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Her surgery was successful. She kept all movement and feeling in her face. She stopped snoring. She started sleeping. They were wonderful. Then in August, a cyst was in her other ear.
Are you serious? Oh.
So
do they know what was causing these cysts? Like what made them pop up?
They think that it's just the way her sinuses developed. There was an open space. Oh. And so it just filled with a cyst. And so they put her on, they went and they saw her. They put her on an antibiotic. The antibiotic wasn't working. The cyst was still growing. So then we ended up in Mass Ioneer's emergency department, and they gave her an IV drip. This is the first week back to school for teachers. They gave her an IV drip. Then they said she needed to be seen on the pediatric floor in 48 hours. We went back on a Thursday, and he said, I don't have room on my surgery schedule for tomorrow, but it has to come out tomorrow.
Oh, wow. So it was that urgent. Oh, my gosh.
Because it was still growing after antibiotics.
Oh,
and so,
no. Mm-hmm.
So we had surgery the Friday before she was supposed to start kindergarten. And it was successful. They got it all out. They didn't touch her facial nerve on that side either. But she went her first day of kindergarten with like her ear still dripping blood and had to leave early to go get a follow-up at 5.
What a trooper, though. Oh, my gosh.
So shortly after that surgery in August is when they start their like marathon things. And so I got a phone call, and it was about McKenna being their pediatric patient partner for the Boston Marathon the following spring. Oh. So I said yes. They'd known I trained for Boston. And like 2 weeks later came the phone call, will you run and fundraise for Team Ioneer? Oh. So I'd already said yes, McKenna could be a part of the marathon weekend. So there was no question that I was going to go back to Boston and fundraise for them.
Absolutely. Oh, what an amazing team of doctors. Like, you have to be an absolute specialist to work with that kind of, she's so tiny too.
And that's why nobody in New Hampshire was willing to do it. We saw an ENT in Concord, and he was like, no. He looked in her ear and was like, no.
Oh,
And he was like,
wow.
and if it was my kid, I'd be going to Boston. And I was like, say no more. To
Yep.
Boston we go.
Yep. I'm so glad that they were able to help her both times.
Me too. Both times. I know
Both
the second
times.
time I was like, is this serious? But yep.
You know,
Twice.
we're so lucky to live near Boston, which is like one of the
my gosh,
best.
yes.
Boston Children's Hospital, I think, is the best children's hospital in the country.
I was a patient there growing up for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yep.
Very fortunate when my boys, we had to go to CHOP in Philadelphia because they were the specialist for what we had. Boston was not, but we were lucky. It was a 5.5, 6 hour drive, and we spent some time there. But there are people there from all over the country, like middle of nowhere, Kansas, middle of nowhere, Idaho. And like they don't live near anywhere close enough like we do here to Boston. So we're very fortunate, I feel, in a way. This is why New Hampshire's awesome. We're an hour's drive from the best hospitals in the country.
I mean, we are.
And it's so great that the doctor in Concord realizes that and says, you need to go to Boston. I can't do this. You need to go there.
No, I'm definitely thankful that they didn't try because they wouldn't have known what they were getting into.
Right. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. So I'm so happy that everything worked out. But how did your fundraising go for the first time you ran with Team Ioneer?
The first time I ran with Team Ioneer, I was like $300 short of my fundraising goal. And so
you made Jared pay the rest, right?
I should have. But no, so I paid $300 of my $8,000 I had to fundraise that year for Boston, which isn't terrible. Because I had already fundraised for one Boston and then New York City, and then I was going back to Boston for a second time in like a calendar year. So 300 wasn't so bad.
Nope, not bad at all.
So what I did not know before this was it seems like you've built a relationship with Team Ioneer throughout the years now. So because you're going back to run for them today. So you've built this rapport, this relationship. They know you, they know your kids, they know your story, and do they keep coming to you every year? Is that how you got on their team again this year? They're just asking you like, please, you're the best.
So I took a year off from Boston and fundraising in general because it was a lot. And so I reached out to the coordinator. I saw her email. We'd been in touch. And so when I reached out to her, she's like, yeah, let's have a phone call. And so when we had a phone call, she's like, we'd love to offer you a spot on the team, but I want you to know our fundraising minimum's gone up. Do you feel comfortable with that? Because they went up to 10,000 this year, which is pretty standard for Boston.
Right.
And I mean, it was a very brief phone call. She was like, oh, are you still running a lot? And it was right before, a couple weeks before Hamster Wheel. So I was like, oh, like the running part's not a problem here. And she was like, all right, then come back to our team. And so, yeah,
That's awesome,
it was
the
pretty.
relationship you've built.
I was sent an email about a Sydney bib, but I was like, I can't swing Sydney in the same year. Like, no,
it's kind of a lot, but
maybe next year.
Maybe another time.
Many stars? Because you mentioned New York.
I
Have
have
you run Chicago
3.
and the others?
I've run Boston, New York, and Chicago. I've run all of the U.S. ones. With little kids, it's not super feasible to do the others yet.
Right. All right. Well, get ready before the end of this podcast to rank them. But we'll
all
get
right.
to there later.
I can rank them easily because my experiences were very different in all of them.
Nice.
I am
But
kind of excited to hear about it. But I want to hear a little bit more about the charity team itself. So I know that there's one staple who has been on the Team Ioneer marathon team for several years. So you must know Sally Riley.
I do. We've been in several calls together. Yes. And she's run forever with the Ioneer.
She's raised like $100,000 for Team Ioneer alone.
She's running again this year.
Love her. Are there any other people who were on your first Team Ioneer team who are on this team besides Sally?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Although we do have a fairly big team. It's like a 50-person team for Mass Ioneer.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, so it's a big, and I did not make the event that they had because I had my kids. So I won't see everybody until marathon weekend. We've done some online stuff, but not everybody's pictures up. So I'm not, that I know of, nobody is the same.
Gotcha. So let's talk a little bit about how training's been going. I know you don't love the winter, but you have a treadmill, so I hear. So how has this winter been treating you?
I've run a lot on my treadmill. My treadmill is in my living room. and my children watch TV. They play on their tablets. I open their snacks. We have to pause and break up fights. But I have spent a lot of time on my treadmill this winter. They're with their dad every other weekend. So every other weekend I try and do my longer. I do like 16 to 18 one weekend when they're with their dad, and then like an 8 to 10 the Sunday. And then the weekends that they're with me, I try and do like 2 10-mile runs, because 10 miles is way more manageable when they're there, or getting up to run a 10-mile run before they're awake is more manageable than getting up to run 18
on a treadmill.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds gross.
I've done up to 17 on the treadmill this training cycle.
Oh, I don't think I've ever done more than 7.5 or 8.
I was running 12 miles before work on my treadmill training for hamster wheel, like before going to teach for the day.
The things we do for health.
So Boston training's been good. If it's a warm Boston, it's okay, because I also heat with a wood stove at my house. So it's like 75, 80 degrees in my
There's your
living room
heat
where my
training.
treadmill
You're going to be
is.
just fine.
Yeah, it's been a very warm training cycle, not cold here.
Good.
And you've got to experience Boston a couple times. I want to know, what are your favorite parts about not just the marathon, but about the whole weekend?
So when you run with a charity, one of my favorite things is the before. They always do some sort of a charity event. And whether it's like with Gronk, when we had like a dinner with him, or Team Ioneer does a giant, it's a big deal. Not a big deal. Team Ioneer has like a big, what they call a pep rally, and like all the families come and they do a big lunch, and they have a team coach that talks. I also like just walking down Boylston Street. You see so many people, you run into people you know. One year, Jamie Staten was like, I had already done a WMUR article with them, or they'd come and filmed at school. And I was walking down Boylston Street at like 8 o'clock at night with Melissa. And she's the one that was recognized because she's got the colorful hair and is not the little blonde girl. Like, she is sticking out here. And he's like, Jordan, come up here. And I had to like go up in the media thing. And I was ready for bed. I had like my sweatshirt on, my glasses were already on. And I was like, now this is going to be on the news in the morning.
Can't say no to Jamie though.
I said yes, and then the next morning my face was the picture in my glasses, and I was like, are you serious, guys, right now?
Is
so
this
just
still
like
out there?
Oh, I'm sure it's still out there. If you Google my name and WMUR, I'm sure it's out there. People had sent it, and I was like, this is the worst picture. Thank you, everyone.
Did you dirty. Oh no.
It's fine now. So the people that you run into, the people you see that you don't even know are down there, is one of my favorite parts of marathon weekend. It's just busy in the city. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited this year. My kids are both running the Youth Mile marathon weekend, which it's new this year. So they're both going to run the Youth Mile on Saturday when they're in the city with me.
That's
and
so
then
exciting.
They'll go home because I don't want them there Sunday morning or Sunday night with me. They're going home.
You need to focus. You need to decompress. You need to get ready for a marathon Monday. So that's totally okay.
And I have a favorite part of the course probably too. And I think it's probably Boston College.
Okay.
When you come up over Heartbreak Hill, the kids are really loud, really drunk. You can smell the alcohol before you see the kids.
Oh, no way.
But they're just loud, and they've been out there all day, and they're having a great time. And you know it's all downhill from there. Like, coming into the city, you know it's all downhill from there. And, like, as you get closer to the city, the crowds get louder.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's, like, you crest that awful hill, and you're coming back down, and BC is loud, and you know that you're coming back into the city. And, like, it's only a 10K left.
I like that. You break it into the small chapters, and you're like, all right, this is the home stretch.
This is it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like 6 miles. You can run 6 miles even on your worst day.
Oh, I'm so excited for you for this year. I am hoping that you get your 55-degree. I'm going to knock on wood because this is probably going to jinx you, but we're going to be out there too. We may not be running, but we'll be out there. So we want nice weather as well. But it's going to be an awesome day for you.
I've run it perfect. I ran it in the rain, and I ran it really hot already. So, like, let's go back to nice weather.
I was doing my creeping, as we like to call it sometimes, and look.
And did you find the picture?
Look what I found.
Yeah, see?
I was Jordan, like, you look great.
I was like, my glasses, I'm ready for bed. Like, is this serious right now? He was very serious.
You just have a pair of glasses on. Like, you look fine.
I hate my glasses. I was like, this is the worst. All right, here I come.
Well, I hope if you get on the news this year, you're ready however you want to be. But this year's going to be exciting. Your bib 28463.
Oh, you got your number.
She got her number.
They came out today.
Yeah.
They came out today.
I'm going to, what was it again, Eric?
28463. And Erica definitely wants to know,
tracker.
Like, what are some of your favorite snacky snacks or drinks that maybe we'll have at Mile 19.2?
Yeah, if you want anything, I got you.
The gummy nerd clusters have been one of my go-tos during this training. And Jared got me stuck on Uncrustables. And I use them at Hamster Wheel, but now I'm like, how do you carry these in a marathon? Because I just stopped at my table and could open a new one.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the gummies might be the easier thing for me to hand out because they have the little things and you can just pop them in your shorts or something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
they're definitely the easier.
I'll have that, and if you need like a water or a soda or something, we got you covered.
Yeah,
perfect.
We got you. You know 19.2.
Yes.
On your left.
She knows where to find us.
I've
Johnny
seen.
Kelly's
Yes,
statue.
we saw you.
Yeah.
Yes, and when I've run with Jared both times, I was still with him at that point.
But you got to be there before like 3:30, because
that's fine.
We have to go at 3:30 to do something that we're going to talk about later.
I have like a 4-hour-ish marathon, and I start at 11:20.
Awesome.
There you go.
So I'll be through there. Unless it's really a bad day.
What are your plans after the marathon?
Hoping for the best.
So one time I've stayed in the city, and one time I've gone home. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I only put in for Marathon Monday so far.
You
from
should
work.
come to the Fan Fest and see us there around 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. I'll probably still be in the city at that point. Maybe I'll have showered.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
please.
you don't even have to.
Erica says no. Eric says yes.
You know what's funny is
I don't
sometimes
care.
we have someone like a Bex Gentry on this podcast, and Erica and I jump in the room 10, 15 minutes before, and we're both like, yeah, we just took a shower. It's like, they can't smell
she
us,
can
but
smell
we're
us
so
through the
nervous.
Like
we
in
took a
case it's
shower.
bad.
Hey, I technically showered before I jumped on this, so I probably smell better than both of y'all.
Nice.
I showered this morning. I didn't run today. Yesterday's 16 was enough.
Well, you make me feel gross. I haven't showered yet or done anything.
Sorry. I had to. I was like, I had that rainy run, and I was like total drowned rat.
That's what I say, a drowned sewer rat after a wet run.
Yeah, it needed to be done.
Well, I'm so excited for this for Boston, but we need to get to our final 2 questions, and then we can wish you luck. So our final 2 questions are brought to you by My Race Tats, and everyone knows what's coming up here. I'm going to go first. I want to know, what's your hot take? Can you give me a hot take for 2026 or for running or for life? Do you have anything?
This is a hard one for me. All right. My hot take for 2026 and running is take the shot when you're giving it on course. I'm going to do it. That's going to be it. We're going to take it, even in Boston.
So you're saying it's a strong possibility I'll have the fireball there too.
I've said in Boston I would. On a marathon I would.
I mean, at mile 19,
it's all for
you
fun.
only have 7 miles to go.
And maybe that will get you through Heartbreak Hill, because
Right.
that's awful either way.
Or maybe it will make something happen that will just be a great story to share later.
Either way.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope that whatever shot you take during the marathon does not cause any issues, but you're always welcome to come back and talk to us. But on this note, I have my final question. So we have our excellent Spotify playlist, and now that I know that you are a music girly, you like listening to music while you run, what is your go-to song that you like to listen to during your runs? It just pumps you up, gets you going.
So there's a new song. It came out on Friday, and it has been playing. It's Just Believe by Bailey Zimmerman.
Ooh,
who I had
did not
just
know
seen.
this one.
So it's him and Brandon Lake, and I just saw him in concert like a week and a half ago.
country?
And that one, it is.
Yeah, I knew you're a big
And
country
it is-
girly.
It is one of the ones that I've played on all of my runs since it came out.
You find that one song, you just latch on, and it just drives you through all those
There-
hard moments.
Yep.
I love it.
Favorite country concert you've ever been to?
For the concert or the fun that was had?
Ooh. You can give me both in this.
Ooh,
this
good stories.
All right, so I went and saw Jason Aldean 22. You'd find the pictures. I wore a really great tailgating outfit, and it was probably the most fun that I've had at a concert. It's a one-piece bathing suit, looks like a man body boar rat. And
I've seen that picture, Jordan. Oh my god.
that is probably, and I wore it tailgating at Jason Aldean, and I was like directing traffic at Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion, like telling people where to park, like I worked there. I didn't buy a drink all night. I don't remember seeing him on stage, but I had a great time.
How'd you get home?
He's finding the picture.
I was not the designated driver. Oh, he can find it. It's out there. It's fine. It's a great photo.
I do believe I've seen this.
Oh, it was a great outfit.
What was your favorite concert then? Because so that was your favorite time, right?
Oh, that was my favorite time at a concert. My favorite country concert I've been to. I brought my kids and we went and saw Chase Matthew at the Freiburg Fair. They love Chase Matthew, and I brought them, and they were front row, and he puts on a really great show, and they got their hat signed. It was probably one of the best shows. It was small. And he put on a really good show, and they were literally front row. My son was on my shoulders the entire show. That was probably one of the best shows I've seen.
Aw.
That's cool.
I'm sure he's finding that photo.
I'm looking for it. My favorite concert. So I'm a huge Aerosmith fan. I saw them 3 times. The first one was amazing. It was in New Hampshire. It was in Manchester. It's the second day the Verizon Arena was open. The first day was a hockey game. The very next day, this is 2003, was Aerosmith. And I saw them twice since. They were amazing. But honest to God, on an entertainment level, the best concert I ever saw was Toby Keith.
He puts on a very good show. Yeah. I did see him.
He put on a great show.
I've seen a lot of shows though. So like I probably saw 10 last year. So it's hard to pick a favorite.
Did you ever see Montgomery Gentry before one of them died in, I think it was a helicopter accident? On the way to a concert, by the way.
Yeah.
But I did not. I saw them in New Hampshire at the pavilion, and that was awesome too. I remember counting the kegs on stage. There were like 12. There's like one for every band member and all the backstage people. I'm like, there's 12 kegs on this stage. They have
country concerts or something.
I know.
Country concerts or something else. They're fun.
Am I missing out? I have never been to a country.
Yeah, you are so missing out. And you're like, Erica's like hates country and everything. She's so missing out.
I will
hate it.
I went and saw Brantley Gilbert at the Casino Ballroom this fall, and my best friend's wife is a bartender there, and we got in early. We were front row. Like, we had drinks delivered to us in the pit. Like, that was probably another good time. Like, you just have to have the right connections to get into all of these things. That's what I figured out as an adult. The connections are what, get you where you need to be.
Beautiful.
Guys, I found it.
You found it. It's good. There it is.
It's great.
So I was directing traffic and like people where to park. Like I worked there.
So you were just doing it for fun? Like you didn't actually work?
No. I was like getting shots of Fireball from my friends, like telling people where to park like this. And then my friend Melissa's like, I was only wearing it tailgating as a joke. She's like, you won't wear that in. There's the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion's photographer. And he thought it was the funniest thing. So yeah, she's like, you won't wear that into the concert. I was like, I'm already wearing it. Why change now? Oh yeah. And everybody I was with is like, you are the most embarrassing human. It was a great time.
So you're failing to mention that you're also wearing cowboy boots with this.
Oh, glittery cowboy boots. Yes, I very much am.
It is a look.
Yes.
Jordan,
awesome.
you are my kind of people. Like people who just have such a great sense of humor.
I'm like let's go.
Need more of this in my life.
That was so cool. So great. I love that your Instagram though it's so much of everything, so much running, so much kids, and then that. It was fantastic.
The only part about that, I was like, so it ended up on the Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion's Facebook, and I was like, oh man, I teach. I'm like, what parents are going to see this?
You're on their Instagram and Facebook.
Hey, teachers are allowed to unleash every once in a while.
I had a great time. It's fine.
That's awesome. I'm glad you can smile and laugh about it now, just like we all can about code browns and stuff. I'll share one more photo since I've been digging it, and I found it. Oh boy,
what's this one?
But this one I think is not a big deal.
Oh, me and Gronk. Yes, we do love Gronk.
Hello.
That was pretty cool.
Also, notice how giant he is.
He is enormous.
How tall are you?
5'3".
Okay.
Yeah, he's still enormous.
He's a
though.
solid.
There was
he's
a-
solid. Like it looks like
He
2
is
feet
a
above
wall.
There's a
you. His
picture
head,
somewhere.
There's a full like you could.
I'm
fit
at his shoulder.
head in between the top of your
There
head
was
and
a
his chin.
picture that we took both in like those Gronk Nation jerseys in the gym, and you can see there's like a white triangle above my shoulder and in between his armpit. He's giant.
Yeah. Big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy.
Yep.
Love to meet him.
He
should
he's
run
fun.
a marathon and come on the podcast and talk about it.
I don't think he's a runner.
No, he's not. No. But
No.
I'm excited for you. This is so cool. We've seen you before. We've talked, in passing and things, and you were my first hug after Manchester that one year. Like, I feel like we've known each other forever, but we never knew these stories, and you absolutely delivered. I feel bad that it took us this long to get you on the podcast, especially with the New Hampshire connection, the
Worth
Jared
the wait.
connection, the Penguins connection.
All of them.
I know. So this is awesome. And I think we might have talked Erica into going to a country concert.
They're fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no.
And even if you don't love country music, they're like a lot of fun. They're some of the most fun.
I would make the most of it. I absolutely would.
You would have a great time. The lawn seats at Meadowbrook or Bank of New Hampshire
the
Pavilion.
best.
No,
The best.
we're going
They're
to
not
call Allie
expensive.
G, and she's going to get us a suite with all the food and the drinks and everything.
I've never been in a suite there.
I did for
but we
Kids
could go.
Bop.
Oh,
Thank you,
I
Allie
did not
G.
bring my kids. I did not bring my kids to Kids Bop.
No,
we
you
went to
went by
Brad
yourself?
Paisley instead. No, we went to Brad Paisley instead. And Walker Hayes.
No shame.
Kids Bop, I don't think I ever really paid attention to what was going on stage, but I did enjoy the music and the little suite we had. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, a suite. Otherwise, like there's like 8,000 kids running around that.
It was a lot
No.
less than what you would have thought.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of kids, but it didn't give that whole like crazy kid feeling. There's probably like 300, 400, 500 kids up close. But we were like at the very top of the stadium seating part.
Yep.
And then the lawn was kind of just above us. So it wasn't that bad. Maybe it was just because of where we sat and the experience we got to enjoy.
Maybe.
Yeah. And the fact that we snuck 9 of us in when we only had 8 tickets.
Hey, that's a win.
I mean, when you have twins and they look young,
You swap
just-
them out. Here, take this
scooch
one.
it through.
I think. Yeah.
Well, this is fun. This is so much fun. Thank you so much for doing this. Good luck in Boston. Can't wait to see it on 19.2.
You're going to do amazing.
I hope to see you at the
Thank
Fan Fest
you.
after. It's going to be
Hopefully.
on Saturday. Let's walk. What's the name of the street again? Boylston. Let's walk
Boylston.
Boylston Street.
I'll be there Saturday. I have a Team Ioneer thing, and my kids are running the Youth Mile. So we'll be in Boston all day
We'll
Saturday.
meet up. We'll meet up.
Incredible.
It's going to be a
Can't wait.
blast.
Can't wait.
Jordan, may your day be epic and the weather be beautiful. Run those miles for Team Ioneer. You're doing a great thing.
Awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed that because that was wicked awesome. Jordan Whitaker, finally on the On the Runs podcast.
Thank you.
Jordan, oh, we're so proud of you for everything you're doing to raise money for Boston. I hope you are almost at your goal. I think you said you were pretty close. So I just hope that you reach it and that your training is tapering and that you are ready for race day. We are envisioning the best day for you and we hope everything goes well. So thank you for coming on again. Pod fam always.
That was incredible. Thank you, 1, Jordan, for coming on, 2, for that hug after my Manchester City Marathon. That
You needed
felt
that.
good. She really held me up because I probably would have fallen if she didn't do that because
Aw.
I just like let all my weight and I was like, ugh, I'm tired. Hold me. That was awesome. Thank you to my race tats. Tara, do you know who Jordan is?
Yes, I do. We are social media friends. I've never met her in person, though.
We
Well,
got to
you
change
will.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, at mile 19.2, you'll get to meet her.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. That just happened with me last weekend with Beard. I've been friends with Beard for 2+ years on social media. Never met him in person, and I met him in person last weekend.
You didn't meet him last year after the BAA 5K?
No, I didn't see him. I think Lindsay and I went somewhere else. We did not in crossing. So
Oh.
Yeah.
yep.
So you didn't get
So-
to meet the real Michael Scott either. 'Cause he was
No.
there.
No.
God.
The
I
one
know.
with
I'm gonna
that famous
handcuff-
photo.
Handcuff ourselves together.
That's the one thing that comes to my mind when you say Michael Scott.
Every time you say Michael Scott, you think about, well, you might think of The Office. You also might think of that photo.
Yes.
I know exactly the one you're
So-
referring to.
Look at how red I'm getting. Oh my goodness.
That it could be in the pit. Episode 2.
Oh,
that
God,
could have
the
been that
pit.
one.
It could
have been. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh goodness.
That
That's
was
hilarious.
great. Again, thank you to my race tats. And don't forget, on Saturday, guys, we're going to be at the Cheap Marathon in Windham, New Hampshire. And when Erica's going for that PR, Tara and I will be there. So stop by the
Come
booth.
cheer me
talk to
on.
us.
Go talk to them. And you guys need to make sure that you have a mic ready for me when I finish, so I can be there and just be like, just breathe into it when I finish. So I'll come right over immediately.
I would say we need to get your mic and your headphones, or at least your headphones. Tara could bring her mic.
I'll bring mine.
But now
I'll
thinking
see
about
what I
it,
can do if I can get them to you. I can have them in my car. I can have them in my car and be ready.
there you go. There you go. Well,
I'm parking in the VIP section, so it's close.
Oh, VIP.
Of course, Erica has
baby.
VIP.
I mean,
I only got the VIP because I paid so little. I paid $26.20 for this race, and I said, why not?
Splurge on the VIP.
I know.
You know it.
She splurges on the VIP. She gets these secret bathrooms at the Chicago Marathon, but she won't get the lay down
Worth
seat
every
on
penny.
her flight to Tokyo or to Sydney. That's worth every penny. Get the lie down seat. Like you
I'm
got.
sure it is. I'm sure it
you
is. But hey, $20, $100. How much is is one of those seats? Like $10,000.
It is not.
No.
If you would just stick to one airline, you would have enough points and you would lower that cost. But no, you got to fly like low budget airline Southwest.
There's no talking to this guy. This guy here now.
Well, listen. You got no kids, no responsibilities. You got a full-time job. I mean, you can cut
Do
this.
Do I?
Ooh.
We haven't talked about this yet, so we'll talk about it later. I'm not in the
Too
mood.
Only
you are
here we come.
recording from your work. They're pretty
Yes.
awesome. And you get to do this during work.
Beautiful,
it's the best, guys.
Beautiful conference room. It's my lunch
Yes.
break.
You want to talk about our friend Jason, and I've been following this journey. And
Mhm.
I am loving it because, one, he's not posting 50 stories at once. So it's like 50. Some people post like so many. He's posting at the most in a day four story posts. So maybe a max of 4 minutes. I am truly enjoying it. He talks about, he's running at night, getting little naps, the snake tunnel that really kind of freaked him out for a second and he didn't want to run through it. And then talking about this one section of the trail, and even with his shoes on, it felt like walking on Legos.
Yeah. Yeah. I am just so in awe of him. He is just getting it done no matter what. And I can just imagine the struggle that he's going through because he must be in so much physical pain. Like I know he was saying he's developed shin splints, like something that could never happen to you before. Just the amount of pressure you're putting on your body. It's so immense, and he is just getting there. At this time, this is Thursday when we're recording, he has probably a good less than 15 miles, maybe like 10. He's so close, and like we're just rooting for him so much. We know he's going to get there. He's got the grit and determination, but I am absolutely blown away.
Yeah, I've been following too, and I've been commenting on every single one of his stories because
tears.
it's like, I just told Erica, I'm like, have you seen his last update? And he was emotional on the and I started crying, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like, you got this. I'm so proud of you. I don't even know. Well, I met him at Ghost Train, but I was just like,
yeah,
it's so cool to watch somebody crush their goals. And like, I feel like we're kind of there. So I'm just like rooting for him, and he is so close. You're so close.
Now, what day did he start? He started last Friday, right?
Friday. Yep.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a Friday to Friday race, Friday to Thursday, 7 days. Predictions here. How much sleep has he gotten in those 7 days?
God.
I don't think he's gotten a lot. I know he's
No.
taken like 45-minute naps here, 2-hour nap here, but I honestly couldn't even tell you. Like, not enough is the answer. Not enough.
Now, he has no pacer. He has no support crew. I know, like, Andy's doing it, and Andy's doing amazing. Andy's story is really great because he's Andy Glaze we're
Andy
talking about.
finished. Yeah, he finished.
Yeah, but he had that one night where he almost quit, and he had team, I would say, like, maybe not with him all the time, but updating on the stories and doing a great job of kind of telling us what was going on. So, he had a team, but I don't think Jason has anybody there.
Jason's solo. which makes
He
it
is
that
solo.
much more badass. Like, I can't imagine doing this without anybody.
Me either.
It's
That's
incredible.
a huge undertaking.
Partly true, but Jason does have someone with him. Stooley.
Oh, I was like, oh God, who?
I was going to say, I'm like, I don't know how much help Stooley's going to be, but if he does help, I'm so happy.
Stooley's with him every step of the way. So
literally,
it's awesome. It's awesome. He's doing we're going to have him back. He'll probably be our first guest after Boston Weeks.
Yes.
And it's going to be incredible. We got to figure it out. Like, maybe we drive to Maine and talk to him in person. I don't know. He's going to need some time to sleep. He might sleep for a whole week. So
right.
Give him the rest he deserves, and we'll talk to him whenever he wants. I'm ready.
That's right.
Poor guy.
If we were ever a real media outlet, I think, like journalists, which we are not, I think we would heavily dive deep into this Emma Bates, you can or you can't story. I've been doing a little bit of a deep dive. I had thoughts, and then I wanted to listen to the Emma Bates episode on the Allie on the Run show. And I know Ptara did. Did you, Erica?
I made it halfway through the episode, and I did not have a chance to finish it yet. So I'm working on it, but I would love to hear your opinions.
My opinion. I would love to hear Tara's opinion. I have changed my opinion a little bit, but not really. I'll tell you my opinion at first. My opinion at first was UCAN wouldn't do this, but then why would Emma do it? And I went back and forth, and I'm like, I really thought this was a brave decision by Emma because potentially it could hurt her in the long run. That I completely flipped after listening to the episode, but I'll elaborate more after I hear what Ptara said.
So I think after listening to Allie on the Run interview her, I think that what happened was there was the contract that was in place. And I think that there were very specific contract obligations, and finding out that she was pregnant, she wasn't going to be able to do these obligations. And when I say obligations, I'm saying races. Just because I've read a ton of professional women, their autobiographies and stuff, like Kara Goucher and what happened with Nike. Yeah. So I think what happened was they took the contract back and they rewrit the contract from a pregnancy point of view, which was obviously money decreased. And I think that's what Emma was like, I'm not doing this for that. And then her saying, like, if I don't agree to this, and we're done with this partnership. Yeah. And I think that's what happened.
I hate the whole, our guest next week talked a little bit about sponsorships and like having the pressure of competing for results. And I so disagree with that. Aren't you trying to build a partnership? Like, do you see what college sports is doing today with NIL? Erica, do you know what NIL stands for?
I don't.
No. Ptara, you must know.
Yeah, I do. I have to deal with it at St. A's with us being D2, but it's more like in D1. That's like the kids are going from school to school to school. Nobody's staying at a school for 4 years anymore because they're going where the money is. So they're getting paid off of endorsements.
Oh, they can get deals
brands.
Now in college. Okay.
Yeah.
I did know that.
I mean, and in the NCAA, for years, these athletes were making these colleges millions of dollars on TV deals, and they were getting nothing except a free education, which that's kind of a big deal. But also, the tuition at these schools is nothing compared to the millions. And so NIL stands for name, image, likeness. And if I were a brand like UCAN or any brand, Nike, Adidas, I am looking to build a partnership in a relationship with an athlete. I could care less sometimes about their race results. Their name, image, and likeness trumps race results. I mean, if you win, great. If you finish top 5, amazing. But build a relationship and partnership with that person where you have this long, lengthy, healthy relationship. And I think brands are missing it right now. I don't understand why they're doing the whole must finish in top 5. Like, what does that actually prove?
I don't know, but money is their driving force. And if I don't know,
these athletes though, these athletes have such a huge following after their pro career. Like, look at Kara right now with the podcast, and she does NBC and her Instagram and her threads and her engagement. Like, she's just as popular now, if not more, than when she was a pro. Like, she's still active in the game, and brands should be Brooks, is along for the ride. They're along for this journey. Kara's not running or winning marathons today or placing. She's having fun doing the 5Ks with the fans and then meeting them at bakeries after in Boston, like us.
Fangirling hard.
I mean, if Kara had, like, I bought Brooks last year off Relay Goods because Kara and Des run with Brooks. They're retired
Des was a long-time
professional
sponsor.
runners.
Or sponsored by them, yeah.
I've bought in products because certain athletes wore them, and I'm like, oh, well, if they use this or that, I'm going to use this. So I totally agree with that.
And it's not just the top athletes. It's just the ones who have, like, the following, the likeness, the image. So before the Allie episode, I thought, like, there's three sides of a story. Their side, her side, and the truth, and it's somewhere in the middle. I believed everything Emma said except one thing. I don't think she posted that reel to pump the tires of these other energy goos. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. And to her credit, like, I don't blame her for doing it. Not one bit at all. I thought originally, like, ooh, bold move, Cotton. We'll see how this plays out.
Well, you know what, though? It's funny that like, she does have the reach of the fans. And if UCAN goes down for this, it could have gone the other way. If they would have just supported her during her pregnancy and, like, just made it made the deal either, like, the same or just dropped those performance clauses or something, Emma still would have been pumping their tires and they still would have been getting, like, good press. But now that it's gone, like, you could just see how far her reach goes. And sorry, UCAN, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they saw her making that post, and kudos to her for doing it. I originally thought we'll see. I don't know. Brave move. But Tara, any final thoughts on that?
I don't know. I feel like social media is such, like, a powerful platform, and I'm very glad that it was not like that when I was a child, because I'd probably be in jail right now. But if I was posting all the things I was doing, but
yeah,
it's good if you use it the right way and stuff. And I just wish that there was more transparency with it, because obviously, like you said, there's three sides. And then you saw a lot of the comments that UCAN made coming back, and I just really would love to see the first contract in December, and then the second one, because I bet you it had a lot to do with, like, they probably expected her to do a ton more. And then now that you're pregnant, like, yes, you can still run through pregnancy, but anything can happen during pregnancy. You could be sick for 8 months and not want to do one race.
That was Emma's case.
Exactly.
And you don't know what's going to happen post-pregnancy. So that's, again, why I think just name, image, likeness plays a huge role in this. And I think it trumps race results.
Yeah, and I will give you a perfect example. So I know you guys, this is tying into the golf thing. So have you guys heard of Ricky Fowler?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ricky Fowler has not won a golf tournament in probably like 8 years, but the guy rocks Puma like you wouldn't believe, and the kids love him, and he literally is Puma golf. But he hasn't won a tournament, but they still sponsor him. He rocks the Puma stuff, and you see all these little kids following him around at golf tournaments, dressed head to toe in Puma. That right there is a good brand deal.
Absolutely.
And he's not a bad golfer by any means. He just hasn't won one big.
Right, exactly.
Like, similar story. Dale Earnhardt Jr. His dad 7 championships, 76 Cup Series wins. Dale Jr., I think, had 26 wins, never won a championship. He went 3 to 4 seasons without a win. He was the most popular driver every year. He had the biggest sponsor deals. The brands went to him because the fans loved him. Name, image, likeness. Yep. Didn't matter that he was struggling and having a really hard time. A lot to do with concussions. Name, image, likeness. Performance results did not matter. He got the deals and the people bought the products.
He's cute too. That helps.
Is he?
Yeah, for a race car driver.
You don't notice that kind of thing, Eric?
I never thought of him as the cute race car driver.
Yeah, he's attractive.
Okay. All right. You know, he's 50 something now. He's got the salt and pepper hair
It's my
and
age
beard
range right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is married
I'm going
to
for the
2
401k.
Kids. Yeah. I don't think he has one of those. I don't think he needs one.
You got to get me in with like Daniel Ricciardo, who was an F1 driver. Like that's more my speed. Sorry, Eric.
Yep.
Pun intended.
Nope. Well, cool. I enjoyed that talk. I would like to do more. One last post, one last comment. You mentioned social media. I said a couple weeks ago, guys, you got to chill out. Also, you guys got to like watch what you read. There's so much fake post out there. Did you see about Matt Choi this week?
Oh,
Matt Choi
Yes,
got
yes.
DQ'd from his Ironman, his first ever Ironman, because he didn't know a rule. Scott Black got penalized for the same thing Matt Choi did. And the only thing is you get a penalty, you have to go serve a penalty in a penalty box. Well, the penalty boxes are in like 2 or 3 different parts of the course, and Matt missed it. It was the one at the end of the bike. He thought, and I could understand this because everyone says read the rules. The rule package is like 70 pages long. He thought that you just add the penalty time to your final time. So if you finished in 7 hours, your official time is 7 hours and 2 minutes. So he didn't know that he got DQ'd. The fake news went out there saying he got DQ'd for drafting behind his video crew on a moped.
Oh, God.
And you have people, including people who've been on this podcast, reposting it and sharing it and talking about it and spreading the fake news. And you got the same thing with the UCAN thing. You got the same thing with whatever was a couple weeks ago with that lady who made the bad hot take. Guys, chill out on what you read and see on the internet. Do your research. Yeah. Ptara, though, I hope you did some research on Tiger Woods.
Oh, my boy.
Poor
Yeah, I
Tiger.
know. I love that guy. I'm never not going to love him. He's made some really bad choices in life, but don't we all? He's just under a big
That's like me
microscope.
with Justin Timberlake.
Big microscope, unfortunately. But then again, that was another fake news, like not fake news, but they came out and they're like, Tiger Woods arrested for DUI. So then the internet just blew up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
Said he was drunk.
Yeah, then like, and then it
That's
was
what
like,
you assume, but like that
Yeah.
could be under any influence
Right.
of whatever, right? So
yeah. And then they came back, he blew a .000 on a breathalyzer. So obviously he's taking meds. The guy's gone through so much. I'm not promoting driving while under the influence, but he's on some type of medication.
It was
makes him-
hydrocodone.
Yes, which you should not be operating heavy machinery while taking that.
No.
Like that's just dumb. But he also he probably can't not take it because he's in so much pain, and it's
Right.
just a part of his daily life. But again, like you have millions and millions of dollars. Why would you not hire somebody to drive you? But he did say that he doesn't want people knowing every little thing about
Erica.
his personal life.
Send your application. I heard that job pays $300K a year.
Yeah.
to drive
But-
Tiger around.
But you have to
I'm
be
in.
available 24/7, you know. But
Yeah.
in case you're looking for a job, I don't know.
You got to be down to party, apparently.
Well,
We're going to go play 18 holes of golf, and then we're going to do some pills.
I bet
God.
I bet he hangs out with your
I
boy
can't
Justin
hang.
Timberlake.
Oh, God. You know what's funny, though, is the shirt that he was wearing. Did you see this when he got
Yes, I
pulled over?
saw the video. Yeah.
It's
And
sold
I
out
would have
online.
assumed. Oh, no way.
This is how much people love Tiger Woods.
Wow.
Image
they-
likeness.
Yeah, they
Wow.
that sold out online the next day. So
That's
and
insane.
and one more thing with that, I'd be interested because I was watching the amateur women are playing at Augusta right now. Stanford is sponsored by Sunday Red, which is Tiger's company. So they have his logo all over their college uniforms. And I'm wondering if there's going to be anything with that.
No.
If there, I doubt it. I mean,
No.
he
You
gives,
can keep us posted.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. Because he already made a statement. He's already going out to seek help. Obviously, he needs to get, off painkillers. Obviously, he's taking too many because his body's mangled.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely mangled. Like
He
a
needs to
couple
hang it up.
accidents. And I guess what I heard is if you look at him in shorts, like one of his legs is not at all what it ever looked like before. Just
Yeah.
absolutely mangled.
They
So-
almost had to amputate from the accident. The
Oh my
2
God.
accidents prior, because how bad he messed up his leg. So,
That's wild. That is
Yeah.
wild.
yeah.
absolutely wild.
But I'm a
But,
huge Tiger fan. We have the same initials, similar golf skills.
I loved playing Tiger Woods golf on N64 or whatever.
Whoa. How old
Hey,
were you
what-
born? You were born
Whatever
in the 1900s,
was out
weren't
during
you?
freshman year of college. What
Oh
system
my
was out?
God.
I had a PlayStation 2, but we were playing on a different console, I feel.
Was that Atari?
It might have been. You're older than me.
I am, okay.
It probably was a Nintendo of some sort. Probably N64. That sounds right.
Game Boy?
We were talking to someone the other day, and I did not mention this, but we were talking about how I had 3 or 4 TV channels, and we had an antenna on a roof, and this dial, we would have to turn the dial. If we wanted to watch channel 4, you just turn the dial and the antenna moves and you get channel 4. And then you got to turn the dial somewhere else for UPN 38, and you turn it for like channel 7.
Were
It was
these
a
the
People are like,
antennas?
antenna, what's that?
Were they the antennas with the tinfoil on the end?
This, I think, was a better version of those. This was a
Oh.
big antenna
Oh,
from
man.
what I remember. Yeah.
Because mine had a tinfoil on the end.
But Tara, weren't you born in the 70s?
Whoa. Shots
Where'd you get
fired.
that from?
What do you think I
70s?
am? 50? I'll be 43 in May. All right.
Well,
83.
you're something, whatever he is
My boyfriend.
over 50.
Yes, he'll be 53 at the end of April.
What's wrong with that?
Oh my
10 years
God,
older.
wow.
Listen, I'm just trying to
Wow.
retire earlier. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I got a plan.
But you're going to have to take care of him
Uh.
sooner.
No, I'll just use money
He's-
to pay somebody to do that.
Why didn't you do that last summer?
I did. Whoa. Okay, this is another episode. Okay.
I didn't do it, Tara. I'm staying on your good side.
My goodness.
And we're done.
And that's a wrap.
Erica, save this podcast.
Erica, you can save in a second. Hey, guys, don't forget, Cheap Marathon on Saturday. We'll talk about March Madness there because it's the Final Four. Congratulations to Catch Up to Cancer. And I think he has a lot of friends in his court because he beat Myrtle Beach and the Boston Marathon. The Train Spike from Ghost Town has moved on. The Horseshoe beat the Beach Bum 51 to 49%. And the Cowboy Hat moved on past the New York City Marathon. So we have
Yeehaw!
Catch Up to Cancer, Train Spike,
upsets.
Horseshoe, Cowboy Hat. What a unique set of medals in the
Wait.
Final Four. We'll talk about the winner on Saturday. This has been a lot of fun. Erica, you can now save this podcast and take us home.
Thank you. It's Ghost Train, not Ghost Town. And thank you one more
Just like
time.
it's Carolina, not Carolina.
Exactly. See? So thank you one more time to my race tats for being an amazing partner. We love you, Dawn, and good things are coming. Thank you all for listening. As always, you know we love you.
Never trust a fart.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch.
Thank you. My race tats, Cheap Marathon. You go, Jason, and then I'll follow my list.
Sure.
Cool.
All right. All right, so we're coming back.
Bow.
I have to burp.
Jordan. Oh, you want to go?
No, I'm internally.
You're good.
Yep.
All right, ready?
This
You wanna
isn't the
bump
recap.
again?
I know. Reining
She's
it in.
being respectful. We're good.
Bow,
All right.
bow, 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 bow.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Totally could have saved you money on a soundboard.